Hey YouTube, F and True Wrestling here. Brian Crazy,
JC Styles.
Great to see you guys again. We are back with our review for the last Raw of 2010.
I thought it was an okay Raw. It wasn't the best Raw. It wasn't the worst Raw. The matches were kind of slow. I think probably the best match of the whole entire show was probably the Orton Sheamus match, and for that to be on live television on a Raw was actually pretty good. So I'd probably say that's the only thing that I liked about it, plus the ending of Raw, and that was it. I didn't really like anything before that moment.
Yeah, exactly. Orton Sheamus definitely was a pay-per-view quality match. I thought we were also going to get to see the rematch of Jerry the King Lawler go against Miz. Once we get a little bit farther into this, we'll touch on what ended up happening with that. And like JC said, the ending of Raw. Please stick with us for the next couple minutes. I know you guys saw the title of this video already, so you already know what's going on. But stick with us, watch this review out, and we will tell you pretty much the last shocker of 2010 in the WWE. 2010 has been a good year for WWE. I really think they have really turned the momentum back on their side. It's back in their favor. I think for a long time the WWE was lacking. They finally brought back a product that's reminiscent of the product they had back in the heydays of the Attitude Era of professional wrestling.
No, nothing will ever be as great as the Attitude Era.
No, of course it won't be ever as great.
Because why? Because WWE had competition. That WWE had the competition that needed to push that envelope to make them better.
If they keep ignoring TNA, one day they are going to catch up. It might take
TNA's already catching up.
Well, I mean,
dude, Tribute to the Troops got a .4 rating.
Well, that was on NBC. It did okay on USA.
So it's like, that's just like a really, like, that just goes to tell you that WWE doesn't even try anymore to put out good Raws. I mean, with the exception of like 3-hour events, the 3-hour Raws and the drafts and stuff like that, we don't really get to see a lot of great wrestling.
I don't know. I think they've really kind of switched, definitely with the 3-hour concept. They've done a lot of that this year. I mean, how many 3-hour Raws have we had in just the last 2 months? We had the King of the Ring, we had the Slammy Awards, we had the Raw Roulette. I mean, there's been a lot of...
Which the Raw Roulette kind of sucked anyway.
It did kind of suck, but
it did suck.
They're trying to bring back new concepts to try to freshen up the product. And, but let's move back to the Monday Night Raw review. Like we've said in previous videos, we are in Connecticut, and it's freezing ass cold here.
And it snowed over the weekend.
We had 12 to 18 inches, depending on where you live in Connecticut.
Sunday night.
Yeah, we had...
Sunday morning, actually.
They called it the quote-unquote blizzard of 2010. As you see, a little bit of shoveling, nothing's too bad. But basically...
overall, what would you, before we start, running down the match card, overall, what would you give Raw?
The beginning of the show was slow. I'm not going to lie. I actually started to fall asleep for a minute.
We had our first match at 9:30.
I mean, it was slow. It was a slow beginning.
It was horrible.
It reminded me, I hate to say it, they almost took a cue from TNA with the 25-minute promo in the beginning.
I remember when you used to turn on Raw, bam, people were already walking into the ring for the first match.
Well, no, but if you go back to the Attitude Era, I mean, especially early '99, how many times did we see the Corporation talk for 25 minutes? About absolutely nothing. The Big Boss Man coming and crying.
Yeah, but that was good. That was good storytelling, though. There was no good storytelling.
Well, Vince McMahon is probably one of the world's best storytellers.
Not recently.
Not recently, but I mean, back in the day, he was the man. I mean, until he tried to launch an incest angle with Stephanie and Shane, and I think that's where he kind of started losing his
when Stephanie was
ability.
When Stephanie was pregnant with Triple H and their first child, Vince wanted to do a storyline where he or Shane would somehow wind up being the father of the baby. And I'm so glad that WWE decided not to do that.
That would have been a horrible idea. I mean, just on so many levels.
Yes.
No.
The FCAA and the Child Services Protection. I would see a whole big gap with that storyline.
Can you see how many people would actually freak out about this?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, you'd have like the child rights people, and then you'd have like the family rights people, and then you'd have any organization that has rights after it probably would have gotten mad if it's Japan. But overall, as you can see, we're kind of just beating around the bush. We're not even trying to talk about Raw right now. We're trying to talk about everything else in the WWE except for Raw.
I give Raw a 1.
Let's cut right to the chase, guys. We talked about every single other thing. The best part of the night.
Sheamus, Orton, awesome match to go out.
Oh.
They started with a bang. They ended with a bang.
We talked about that.
I kind of would have thought that the best part, probably the best thing that they could have done was bring Triple H back. But I guess they're waiting for next Monday. He's going to make his anonymous appearance, possibly. It's their MOs. People get hurt and they wind up returning for the Royal Rumble as surprise entries, or they come back like a week or two before the Rumble and say, "Oh, I'm going to be in the Rumble," and they don't come out until number 30.
Yeah, well, the problem is they're trying to build up towards the Royal Rumble, and if everybody feels like there might be some sort of inkling of a chance that Triple H might show up,
wants to invoke his number 1 contender match on Monday night next week in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Yeah, good luck. I could see a whole bunch of things happening with that match. Therefore, I'm going out on the whim is like the winner of the match is, and still your WWE champion, The Miz.
Well, Monday night, Miz is supposed to go against Jerry Lawler. You know, Jerry Lawler sitting there like, waiting to get attacked. And Joey pretend to hit me from behind. Pretend to hit me from behind?
No.
Aw, come on. We were going to reenact the really crappy angle for our fans.
So,
but
then the whole thing about that situation was that you had Michael Cole, after the attack, just sitting there. I words can't describe the actions that the Miz. Come on, you knew the Miz was going to do it, you dirty bastard. You probably had a hand in it.
Exactly.
It just happened, quote unquote, to friggin' happen right before you got a friggin' message from the anonymous GM. Come on now. So, but the whole shocker of the night, we had we had John Cena come out, basically confront CM Punk and say, "I want to know why you attacked me, blah, blah, blah." It was over a diet soda, and then CM Punk came out and cemented why he's really good on the mic as a heel. And he says that, "I'm not going to call you out. You're not going to call me out. I'm going to call you out." At the end of the night, they had a confrontation. Cena said, "I'm not going to wait. You come now." And the Nexus came out. And what really I thought was going to be the turning point for Nexus to actually cement them as being the good guys. And then, I don't know.
Well,
they kind of ruined that.
No, I don't think they exactly.
That would have been another fucking perfect idea to bring Triple H back. Nexus is under new management, and then doom the game. No, you know, that would have been fucking perfect. The fans would have fucking rose. Dude, that probably would have been the hottest 10 minutes.
Dude, Triple H would have came in there and whooped all them little boys' asses and not thought twice about it. Triple H, Nexus, no, that ain't happening. But I could see CM Punk. CM Punk was a really strong leader of the Straight Edge Society. I mean, yeah, he wasn't leading very much. I mean, Mercury, Gallows, and Serena. Serena had some talent. But I mean, I could really see, like you said, CM Punk does have incredible ring skill. He's got incredible mic skill. Watch him in ROH. He's incredible. But
his whole entire ROH run, I think, was in a biggest whole entire ROH run was a heel.
I know he was incredible, and but back to CM Punk. I mean, he was a great leader of the Straight Edge Society, and they kind of tricked you for a minute. Ortega came out and acted like he wanted to make peace with John Cena, and then he says that, you know, Nexus is under new management, but he never said that it was under his management.
No.
He said it was just under new management. So the guys beat up John Cena. They go to walk up the ramp. CM Punk's music hits. He comes down. He does the GTS to Cena. He goes, grabs a chair. Looks like he's about to hit him with it, which he doesn't. He ends up sitting down, kind of contemplating what he did to Cena. Then he puts on the Nexus wristband, and then he did the Straight Edge Society kind of raising the fist, and all the Nexus guys raised their fists to him. So does this mean that CM Punk is now the leader of the Nexus?
And what is to become of Wade Barrett?
Well, is Wade Barrett going to come back and try to feud with CM Punk, or is CM Punk's feud now with John Cena?
Or I'm wondering if possibly Wade Barrett is just going to come back and just be that person who thinks he's in control of the Nexus, when really CM Punk's going to be like kind of like dual like leadership kind of.
But I don't see CM Punk sharing.
Oh, and my main right now, now that we touched on the Raw, CM Punk being the new leader of Nexus, and our so-called review of Raw because it was just so bad.
Horrible.
I mean, you could even pick out 5 good, funny segments of the whole show. It was so bad.
The only good part of Raw was when my boy CM Punk took charge of the Nexus. CM Punk is in charge of this.
I don't know, but I saw a commercial for NXT Season 3, now only available on WWE.com.
Was it NXT Season 4 now?
Yes.
3 was the girls.
Yes. So, they turned
Which,
around...
speaking of NXT is bullshit. You have Caval win Season 2 just for him to get let go.
Thanks for fucking just, like, taking my whole spot, dude, you know?
Sorry, dude. I didn't know you were going that way.
Alright, well, this has been our Raw review since Brian fucked up my whole thing, so, see you guys next week, I guess. Raw, I give it a 1. It was just straight horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't
Straight
very
edge,
good.
fuck straight edge. It was just straight horrible. So, guys, we're gonna try to get that video to you later this week that we promised you, our best 2010, and all that good stuff.
We sure will.
Just been a really busy week. I'm working New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, so it's gonna be kind of hard. The only way that I could see us doing it is if we pre-shoot and then put it up on YouTube Friday night, which means me and you have a lot of shit we gotta go through.
Hell yeah, we do.
So
and we're gonna do it for you guys. We're gonna get together the information. We are going to see you guys, even like you said, if it's made earlier in the day or previously. It will be our best 10 moments of 2010. Not many things are gonna change from here to next week. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna assemble all of them. We're gonna put our thoughts together for you guys. Just do us a favor, check it out, comment, leave your thoughts, add to the process like you guys always have. All of our fans out there, we appreciate you so much. For F and True Wrestling, this is one of the last broadcasts of 2010. This has been Brian Crazy.
Actually, no, our last broadcast will be actually Friday if we put it up, because it'll still technically be New Year's Eve.
This is one of our last broadcasts.
Yes. So, guys, keep an eye out for it. Again, we apologize in advance if we don't get it up right as we say we're going to get it up. Just scheduling is very hard right now. So, we'll see you Friday night. If not, have a happy New Year. Don't do anything that me and Brian want to do. Have a safe one. Stay safe. Be safe. And so that's a wrap.
This is F and True Wrestling. We'll see you guys once more this year, and then brand new for 2011.